Internet. This week is my part two of my two-part series of Agent Orange. The first part of the video talks about Agent Orange and a little bit of the history. I will link that video at the end in case you're interested in watching it. This video talks about how Agent Orange actually affected me and my body. Some of the effects of the Agent Orange that affect me is, for example, I have ADHD. Part of my ADHD, I I really suck with attention to detail. I'm very good at like big picture kind of thing, and I'm hoping that the message I send, people only see the message and not the fact that I suck at filming. Doing this all by myself, it's hard for me to keep track of everything that I need to do in order to make the perfect video, I guess you could say. I'm okay with not being the perfect YouTuber, but if I ever get big enough, I'll probably hire people who have, talents that I struggle with. When it comes to attention to detail, it's just something that I'm always going to struggle with. So I really apologize for the fact that the videos aren't better than they are. I do my best with everything that I do, and I hope you guys will forgive me for not being the perfect YouTuber. The other thing I want to talk about is the reason why you see me in different shirts and in different locations is because when I film, I go to the library to film and I film in batches. So that way I can have future videos to work on. But the problem with doing things in batches is sometimes I forget, oh, I need to make an intro, or hey, I need to do this or that. And that's why you see me with different shits and things. So I just want to clarify that. For example, something that I struggle with Agent Orange is I can't smell. I can only smell very strong things, like sulfur. I actually enjoy the smell of sulfur, even though most people think that that's a really horrible smell. To me, it smells like eggs. I don't actually know how I know that it smells like eggs, even though I can't smell eggs. Even though I can't smell, I can definitely taste food. Something else that I always struggle with, I don't know if it's because of Agent Orange or something else, is my ability to eat. I struggle with eating, and I don't know why. I just don't get hungry. When I was living in New York City and I was living in a homeless shelter, I had to find motivation to be able to eat. If I didn't find motivation to eat, I just wasn't hungry and I just never wanted to eat. Which obviously that's a bad thing because your self preservation should kick in and you should be able to uh, eat. But I found that for me, I don't have that self preservation. So something that I really struggle with is sleeping. My sleep is horrendous. I have to take very, very strong medications to be able to sleep. I take 4 or 5 different medications for sleep, and they don't always work. I have to talk to my psychiatrist every couple of weeks saying, like, hey, my medicine's not working. What the hell do I do now? Sleep is something that is extremely vital to your health. I have PMDD, which is premenstrual dysphoric disorder, which means that during PMS, which is the week before my period, I get really, really angry. I snap very easily. I've taken so many different birth controls. I've taken oral birth control. I've had IUDs. The one that I'm on now is called a Depo shot. None of the birth controls really worked for me. My PMDD is worsened because I can't get sleep. When I'm PMSing and my medications don't work, that causes sleep debt and it makes my PMS worse. When my medications don't work, I have to rely on what I call my backup medication, my headache medication, but that doesn't always work. And that makes it very, very challenging. And it makes me depressed for like 2 weeks because I can't understand why my brain just can't sleep during PMS. Here's something about my sleep that also might be interesting. If I don't take my medication to go to sleep, I just don't sleep. I could go days without sleeping and I still won't get tired. So the fact that I have to take such strong medications just to be able to sleep, it it bothers me because, obviously I wish I could sleep. I wish I didn't have to take such strong medications to sleep, but that's just not how it works. And I have to just deal with it as it comes. Another thing that I struggle with Agent Orange is I need to figure out how I get diagnosed with this, but it's called SDAM, which stands severely deficient autobiographical memory, which means that I don't really have episodic memory. So what that means is like something that happened yesterday, I would forget by the end of the day. Now I know people say that people forget things and that's normal. But to me, my forgetting is I don't really remember friends. I don't really remember family. A little bit more of a context. So if you've ever had a memory and it gets triggered by something that you eat or a smell, I don't really get those sorts of memories, right? If I eat a food that I like, right, I'm not going to remember what was happening during that time. An example is I'm texting some people that have reached out to me on Reddit, and if they stop texting me on Reddit, right, I probably would forget that they even did text me. So, every day is a new day for me, which is good because if I did remember most of the things that happened to me that were traumatic, I probably wouldn't be the person that I am today. And that's not to say that people should bully me or have me go through traumatic experiences just to test that theory. And it's not like amnesia because amnesia is you lose your short-term memory. And it's not really a short-term memory thing. It's my entire life. It doesn't affect my intelligence. I call them subjective memories, right? So episodic memory, subjective memory, because you know anything subjective can change in your mind, right? But facts, intelligence, being able to do things, that's not affected. I can be upset that I can't remember those things, but to me, I just find it a perk because every day is a clean slate. I always tend to have a positive attitude just because that's just my default. I'm just a very happy person. Thanks for watching my video. I really hope that you enjoyed the video and I will see you in the next one.